Hello and welcome. Today's exciting episode is a fabric haul. There's also some sewing patterns and notions.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
Gosh, it's been a minute since my last fabric haul. I didn't buy any really in the first 3 months of this year because I was so focused on using up my fabric stash. But I feel like I needed just a few, like I just bought a yard of this, yard of that to, sort of supplement the remains of my fabric stash. So yeah, I'll go through them. This is the first fabric. As I said, it's just a yard. It's a floral and with a black base. And I don't know, I just thought it was unusual and interesting, but also a little bit old-fashioned looking. And next month is yellow and purple, mainly yellows, I think. And I've decided mustards are going to be in there too. So I thought maybe I'll use this to with a couple of other fabrics and make a layer cake dress, so a summer maxi dress with lots of different types of fabric in there, and sort of just have a band, like a couple of different focus bands in there. And these are the other fabrics. So I got two because obviously this month is black and white month, also grey and silver, but mainly black and white. So I just got 1 yard of the dots and 1 yard of the little leaves because I thought I've made this bodice and I have to make a skirt, maxi skirt, to turn it into a dress. And yeah, I just thought, because it's metallic, this bodice, silver and gold, but the white kind of looks very similar to silver metallic. So I just thought maybe I'll use it in that. Alternatively, I could make a short sleeve shirt out of these, because a short sleeve shirt in a smaller size doesn't really take much more than a yard if you use, a different fabric for the inside of the yoke sort of thing. So I thought maybe that. And then, as I said, next month is yellow and purple. So I have another sunflower fabric, and it by itself, it doesn't really go with anything, but I thought if I had two, that will pass. So yeah, but also this has sort of dots in the background, and I think it works well with these two. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll just sort of play musical fabrics to see which ones go in which maxi dress, because I want to make a couple of them. So yeah, I just thought it was interesting and would work well with the ones that I have. So the next fabric, we don't have many to go. So we've got 1, 2, 3 down there. And so this floral here, it actually comes in a couple of colorways, but they look totally different, I think. This is a light blue. It's sort of coming off as grey, isn't it? Well, it's light blue. And I thought that, again, I would sort of pair it with another vintage style floral that I have. So I have 3 yards of this one, and it's wider. But so I thought I'd maybe use this one here for the bodice, and then just a ribbon around the bottom of that fabric as well. I thought that would sort of break up I don't know. I just thought they'd look cute together. Maybe. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. But I could just make a shirt out of it and just make a 1939 dress, because that takes 3 yards out of the other fabric. But I don't know. I just thought it'd be nice to mix it up a bit. So so that's the pale blue one, and then this one here is a teal base, and I just love this one so much. So July is I love that double tulip, the purple one. It's just beautiful, and it said it was teal, but I don't know, it's kind of halfway between teal and navy, and I really quite like that color. So, yeah, and the pansies are adorable as well. I just really like the mix. So I'm thinking of using it during July, which is blue month, and because I've got some absolutely gorgeous blue fabrics. Here's a couple of them. And yeah, I had 2 florals, and they're quite similar. And I just thought they're a little bit same. And if I break it up with something that's got more colours, it just makes everything look more complex. And I don't know, I just like them together. So yeah, maybe that, or maybe it with, I've got some Liberty prints as well. So yeah. Or alternatively, I could just make a shirt out of it, but I don't know. I really want my shirts to have tiny, tiny flowers on them. So yeah. Oh, and this is just another one. Again, I only got a yard, and for Blue Month I've got a couple of fabrics that are florals with blue base. So I just thought the strawberry one would look good. This oh, now that I'm looking at the footage, in real life you can tell that this is a navy base, but it actually looks very black with. I put my Snowdrop Liberty Snowdrop fabric next to it so you could maybe see that they're both navy. I'm not sure that you can. It definitely, in this footage as I'm editing it, it looks very black, but in real life it's navy. It's absolutely adorable. Yeah, I bought it because it's a navy base. But now I'm thinking maybe, because this month is Black and White month, and I've got one dress is out of the Halloween fabric, the Scream fabric, and the Daisy. And this one here, because it looks like it's got a black base and it's got daisies in it, maybe this is a good combination. I don't know. I'm really going to have to play musical fabrics with these layer cake dresses. We'll see. I just know that I want at least 2 or 3 more dark summer dresses that I can sort of put a couple of long sleeve tops under for the rest of the year and just wear them all year round. So yeah, I'm not sure, but it's very cute, so I'm glad I got it. I love the pansies and yeah, the daisies. It's just adorable. Anyway, now let's move on to the patterns, and I didn't really get that many. I think there's about 10 maybe, but just a few that I've been meaning to get for a while. This one, oh, let's start with this one, this Vintage Vogue one from 1949. So the Dior New Look, Christian Dior opened up his design house in 1947. So you can see the influence of Dior New Look, but it's also still very wartime rationy, if you know what I mean. So the skirts aren't the full, super full New Look skirts, but the jackets, I feel like you can see the influence in them. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making these. They're just so beautiful. Maybe not the skirts so much, but as soon as I saw this pattern, I was like, it's a reissue. I was just like, oh, I have to get it. I have to get it. Yeah. So as you can see, there's a coat, a jacket, and a skirt. The skirt is very 1940s military type, but yeah, the coat and the jacket I definitely want to make. This Simplicity one, it's just a dolman jacket, and I know it's just got nice simple lines, and I thought it would be good. I know when I made a dolman jacket recently, well, semi-recently, because it's green, so that would be March. Goodness, this year is flying by. Anyway, I made it, used a Vogue pattern for a dolman sleeve dress, like a kimono style dress, and I just sort of altered the bodice a bit. But I think if you just wanted to use a jacket pattern, then this might be a really good one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that one. This is a vest. I know it looks like it's from last century, but I've been making so many really big dresses, and they're pullover dresses, so no side zip. They're just sort of baggy, and I cinch them at the waist. But I thought, if I don't want to put a sash or a belt on, maybe I can make a couple of vests, and then, you can just tighten them up, button them when you want them to be sort of figure hugging. Oh, and in the notions part of this video, I'll show you the little, I don't know, they look like bridle things, horse bridles things, but at the back of the vest, it's got like a thing where you can tighten and loosen the vest. Anyway, so the next one is a Butterick one, and it's another set of dolman jackets, a couple of different styles. A, B, and C are particularly vintage. Yeah, there were just a bunch of other vintage patterns that I wanted. And I realized I don't actually like the dresses in the vintage patterns, but I do love the cropped jackets. So I ended up getting that one because it's quite similar to the vintage ones I wanted. So this is a vintage Vogue. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love this. I'm not sure I'll make the dress, but the over bodice, I just absolutely love it. And this pattern is bulky. It's, yeah, so it's probably going to be a little bit more advanced, but Iris van Herpen made this skeleton dress, and it's basically an over bodice. And I have always wanted one, not an exact copy, but something kind of reminiscent of that. And yeah, I think this over bodice is a good base pattern for me to work off. I don't want to wear it just by itself. I want to wear it over a t-shirt and jeans because that's very much my style. But yeah, I love this pattern so much, and I'm so glad that I have it. Can't wait to open it out and read it and look at all the pieces. It's gorgeous. This is a new look one, and it's kind of recent. And yeah, so the top is a knit. I'm not going to make that. I don't make knit things. But the jacket is quite simple and it's woven. The trousers, I think, also are woven. It's just the top that's a knit, I think. And yeah, so it's quite simple, and I just thought it would be a good Chanel style or French style jacket to make. So yeah, I bought it. So the elastic thing at the bottom is just for the top, the stretchy top, but the actual jacket is, you're supposed to use woven fabric for that. So it is a little confusing, but I made sure. Okay, we're getting through them. I've got 4 more left, and I hope I'm not going too fast or too slow. So the next one is a blouse. It's really simple. It's high neck, and it's got sleeve or long sleeve and short sleeve variations, and there's one button at the back. And yeah, I probably just buy things because they're wearing navy, but no, it just seems like a really nice pattern, and it's got pin tucks. I just thought it was really classic and basic, and yeah, very pretty. So I wanted to make a top like that. Next up, we have a brand I haven't heard of, but it's actually a Butterick pattern. I guess it's, I don't know, to me it looks like it's a French pattern, but then Butterick bought the American rights to it or something. I'm not sure, I don't know. But I just like it. It's a nice simple dress, and I actually bought it for the jacket. So it's an asymmetrical jacket, so the lapel is a lot longer, so it sort of crosses over, and you're supposed to use a zip on it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sort of, I like it when they sort of left hanging, or maybe when you have snaps and you sort of just press it closed. I do like the dress, but I think when I make it, I won't do a high-low hem. I'll just do a straight, even one. Next up, we have another vintage jacket pattern. So the Vogue one is from 1949. This is from Simplicity one is from the 50s, it says. It doesn't specify. So it's slightly later. It's the whole front is like lapel. I'm not sure yet whether you can tell, but it's like 2 layers of the front, and it's like a double lapel and the pockets. So your hand goes in between the front, the outer layer of the front, and the second layer of the front. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's interesting. So I'm interested in making both of them. The 1949 Vogue one has low under sleeves, so I really don't like that. You get much more freedom of movement out of one like this with the which is higher cut. I know it seems counterintuitive, but yeah, the higher cut the underarm is, the more freedom of movement you have for your arms. So yeah, I think it looks like a really good pattern, but with tricky elements. So yeah, I think it will be interesting to do both of them. But yeah, I particularly like the sleeves of that one. And oh, I love this dress. It's a Simplicity Empire line dress, and it's quite baggy, so it doesn't have a fitted waist. Obviously, Empire line don't. So it's got the higher waist. It's the one I like is C, I think, and it's basically just 3 lots of, like, so you've got the tiny bodice, then a mid section of the skirt, and then a longer section of the skirt. So I thought maybe in yellow month I'll just get 3 of them, or I don't know, the black doesn't look very good with the other 2 mustard, does it? I don't know. I'll find some combination of 3 fabrics one of these months and make it maybe this month. I don't know. Anyway, I mean, there were other vintage Vogue patterns that I really, really wanted. But as I said, I kind of got this one with 3 different vintage style dolman jackets. And yeah, I don't want to just keep buying stuff because they would be fun to make, because I already have like at least 100 patterns, and when am I going to have the time to make them all? So yeah, I've sort of tried to limit myself, and once I've made like 10 or 20, then I'll buy more patterns. But I think these are a really, really good start. They're nice selection. Okay, so we've seen the fabric, we've seen the patterns. Now it is time for the notions. So I do love some beads, and I am trying to use up all my beads, but those are the things, the I don't know what they're called. They look like horse bits to me. I bought them because originally I was going to make a handbag maybe, and they look like the bit on the Hermes bags. But yeah, you could use them for closures on cloaks or on the back of a vest. I'm not sure. I like them, so I bought a couple. And there was a sale. And next we have some beads. Again, I only bought them because they were on sale. I have plenty of beads. But you know that movie Monsters, Inc.? Well, when the little girl comes into the monsters world and Mike and Sully, the 2 main monsters, look after her, when she has a sleepover at their house, they have nothing to feed her. So they feed her like cereal loops in all different colours. So yeah, they just sort of throw them at her and she catches them and munches on them. It is so cute. So one of the monsters, Mike, is green. So I thought maybe I'll use my green jacket and add the little loops to it, like bead them on, and that could be my Monsters Inc. jacket. I don't know, I thought it was really cute. So yeah, they're plastic, so they're not very heavy, so I'll probably have to add some other glass beads. I've got some glass, these really beautiful, heavy glass beads that have a sort of like a donut. So maybe I'll add some of those in as well anyway. And I also bought some pink sequins just because I think pink and green look gorgeous together. So I thought maybe somehow I'll incorporate that. And also in that movie, Boo's door, the little girl, her door has flowers on it. And there's some flowers in here. So yeah, I just thought maybe I'll incorporate some of those in there somehow. I don't know, maybe, or I'll make like a brooch feature and then just have the sort of cereal loops around, scattered around the thing. Anyway, that's why I bought them. So last but not least, we have the chains. Now, before you all type in loads of demands into the comment section, you just buy them in the jewelry section of a fabric or hobby store. Go to the jewelry section, not the fabric section. And these are just made out of plastic. They're actually quite light. The small one, the left one that you can see there, the silver one, that's actually quite heavy. So you could use that internally at the back of the bottom to weight it down. But this tortoiseshell one and the gold looking one, they're just plastic. So they look impressive, but they're actually quite light. So if you want a Gucci style or Chanel style 1980s jacket, very bling, then these would be good for external use on a jacket, just to stitch in as the trim. But yeah, so I've just quickly pinned the tortoiseshell one on to show you they're actually quite bulky, and they take up, you need much more trim than you think you will. So just physically, once you've made your jacket, then you can start to measure it. I wouldn't measure it before, but also make sure you get some for your pocket tops and some for your cuffs, because yeah, better to buy twice as much as you need than get stuck without not enough, because yeah, this is only making it just around the front. There's the whole of the back that isn't done. There's no pocket tops and there's no cuffs, and it will just look a bit silly. So I'm actually using mine for handles on, I think I'm going to make a tweed handbag, but I just bought them because they were on sale and there was just this tiny bits. So I got them because I kind of want to play around with them more than anything. And yeah, but they are unbelievably light. This one is good. It's a nice weight. So if you want something to sew into the back of your, just go on the Joann's website in the jewellery section and you'll find them, or in the store near you. And yeah, but because I've had a few people ask, then a few days later they've gone, no, it's not at my Joann's. And I was like, jewellery sections. So yeah, because I was there I look at the beads and you sort of see some interesting things in the jewellery section sometimes. I wouldn't buy your pliers from a hobby store or a fabric store. I would go to a hardware store to buy them. I wouldn't buy chains from a hardware store because they're not the right type of chains. You really do need cosmetic ones, not building ones. So, and as I was after I'd finished filming and I was packing everything away, I remembered I've got these bead clusters. Like I made them out of small beads. I made sort of these bigger beads that I hand make them, and I'm using them in a jacket later on this year. And yeah, as I put these two chains together, I was like, oh my gosh. And I also got out some sequins and I tipped them out, and then I had to go and pick them up again. Honestly, I did a little bit of a photo shoot, but oh my gosh, that jacket that I'm making, it's turquoise, brown, gold. It's the blingest thing ever, and I'm just going to embellish it even more. So yeah, I'm thinking about using these chains because they look fabulous together. Oh, or maybe I can use the leftover scraps of the jacket fabric and turn them into a mini handbag and use them as the handle, like have it double chains as a handle. Ooh, so many possibilities. Oh, and I'm so looking forward to making that Monsters Inc. Beading on my green jacket. I wasn't sure which jacket, but then I was like, green because of Mike. And I love how she says, Mike Lebowski, Mike Lebowski. Anyway, and yeah, I'm looking forward to using these patterns too. Those vintage Vogue ones, the over bodice and the that 1949 jacket, so cool. And that Empire line dress, it's so pretty. It's just like the perfect summer dress. So anyway, I hope you've been inspired to rifle through the bargain section or your own fabric stash and get out things that you haven't sort of overlooked for a while. But I am going to love you and leave you because I have so much fabric to now refold, and I've got to take this chain off. I love this tortoiseshell one. It's too light, so it's problematic in that respect, but it just looks beautiful. It's not heavy enough, but it looks beautiful. So yeah, as long as I anchor it the correct way, I think it will be fine. Anywho, I am going to, the next thing I'm going to do is my pattern KonMari, sorting them out and reorganizing them. Oh my gosh, they're in a mess too. Okay, so I'm going to fold the fabrics and I'm going to carefully put away the chains, and I'm going to then organize my patterns. Oh my gosh, wish me luck. That is going to take forever because they are in such a mess. All right. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you later.